Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed week. Mine's going really good. We're in the house today because the wind here is coming right out of the North Pole. And I'll tell you what, it's cold outside. So I thought, well, I might as well just come in the house and video in here, and you guys can check out my wife's interior decorating while we're in the house. So listen, I've had a couple of questions and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Number one, a lot of you, being I've been putting up those shorts with those pictures that I have, you know, the one about the guy reaching up to God with hell below his feet. You know, all those pictures on my wall in my office. I've had a lot of people ask me, how can they get a copy? Well, listen, I refuse to sell anything. I'm not doing that. I've had people ask me, you know, if they could buy these t-shirts, but I refuse to sell anything. I'm not into that. God takes care of me, and I don't need to make any money off my ministry, none. So listen, this is what I want to do. I'm going to take some really, really good pictures. I got to get them out of the frame, get my camera set up, and take a really good picture. And then anybody that wants them, what I'll do is, if you will email me, once I get these pictures done, don't do it yet, then I'll email you the pictures, and then you can send them in and you can have canvases made of them. Like down the hallway right there, my wife has a ton of canvases all taken off pictures. But that's what I'll do. I'll just take pictures, email them to you, and then you can send them in and have a canvas made. It's very cheap to do that. So anyway, listen. I want to talk to you for just a minute about, hey, we just lost our light. But anyway, I want to talk to you about, it's not how you feel, it's what you know. Now, you know, I talked to you guys in the last video. I have been going through, I have been feeling the demonic host come upon me. And I've been under attack constantly. And the way I get rid of it, sometimes it leaves when I pray, but usually it's when I'm reading my Bible. They just lift up and go. But I've been under intense demonic attack. And I know it's not just me. If they're attacking me, they're attacking you, and they're attacking believers everywhere. They know that the time is short, and they're just constantly attacking us. So I wanted to give you a couple of things about your assurance so you're not going to worry about these demonic attacks. Because normally the first thing they want to do is they want to get you to question your salvation. That's number one on their agenda, to question your salvation. And the next thing they want to do is they want you to quit doing whatever you're doing. Well, guys, listen, the more they attack me, the more ideas I get for videos, so it's not working with me. So listen, we're going to go through John chapter 6 for just a minute. John 6, 38, 39, this is what it says. For I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which has sent me, that all which he has given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up at the last day. Guys, listen, it's not what you feel, it's what you know. Now listen to these promises. This is an absolute promise from God. A truly born-again believer, truly born again. You've accepted the Lord Jesus into your life, you've repented, you're truly born again. People, you are sealed for all of eternity. Absolutely sealed for all of eternity. It is a done deal. That is an absolute promise from God. Now I'm going to show you why. John 6:40 goes on to say, and this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which sees the Son and believes on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. You see that word in there, I will? Hey, the light just came back on. I think we lost power. Wow, that doesn't happen in California very often. Yeah, we lost power. Okay. That I will. Now let me read that again. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which sees the Son and believes on him may have everlasting life, and I will, an absolute promise, I will raise him up at the last day. I will. Not if you do this, not if you do that. Oh, if you fail to do this or you fail to do that, no way. None of that matters. He says, I will raise you up at the last day. Doesn't matter if you do this or fail to do that. I will. Absolute promise from God. John 6:44. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draws him, and I will raise him up at the last day. There's that I will again. No man can come to me except the Father that sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. Absolute promise. Now this is something else that John's telling us right there. God drew you. People, listen. None of you found God. You know, you've heard that. I've heard that my whole life. Someone doesn't hang around anymore back in your partying days, and someone would say, Karen found God, or Bill found God. No, they didn't. God found you. You get no credit for that. Zero, none, nada, never going to happen. God chose you by His mercy and His grace. You had nothing to do with it. Now, John 6:47, this is the key. This is the entire key to all of chapter 6 and these promises. Listen to this. John 6:47. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believes on me has everlasting life. Those two words, when put together, verily, verily. This is what that means in the Greek. Verily, verily. This is what it means. This is an absolute fact. It will absolutely come to pass. It cannot be changed or stopped. Now listen to John 6:47, and I'm going to put that in instead of verily, verily. Now listen. This is an absolute fact. It will absolutely come to pass. It cannot be changed or stopped. He that believes on me has everlasting life. It's as simple as that. People, it's not how you feel. When these demonic entities come on you and they start putting thoughts in your head to make you question your salvation, it's not how you feel, it's what you know. The promises of God. It's what you know. Your feelings don't mean anything. Get that through your head. All right. Now, listen. The demonic hosts, they always put things in your head. This is the biggest one with me. I'm almost 70 years old. And they're always saying, you're 70 years old and this is as far as you've gotten? You should be way farther than this. All the times you've been born again, this whole span of your Christianity, look at all the sins that you've committed while you profess to be a Christian. Are you nuts? You're not saved? People, I get that in my head all the time. And if I get it, I know you get it. But listen to this. When Jesus died on the cross, there were two men, one on each side of him. And when they first hung him on the cross, both men were hurling insults at him. I mean, these guys were in pain. They were absolutely, you can't even imagine, nor can I. But all of a sudden, one of them, the other one kept it up. He kept saying things to Jesus, and the other guy got sick of hearing it. And he looked over, he said, listen, dude, you and I, we're up here because we deserve exactly what we're getting, but this guy hasn't done anything. And then he looked at Jesus and he said, Jesus, remember me when you come in your kingdom. And Jesus said unto him, verily, there's that word again. Here's an absolute promise I'm giving to you. It cannot be altered or stopped. You will be with me in paradise. People, this guy's life was nothing. He wasted his entire life. He was a thief. He never did anything for anybody else. He didn't care about anything else. Anything he wanted, he took. He was an absolute lowlife. But in the end, just hours, maybe minutes before he was going to die, they were about to break his legs and suffocate quickly. Just before that happened, he came to the knowledge. He saw himself for what he was. And he asked God to save him. He didn't do anything. Jesus just said, listen, dude, today you're going to be with me in paradise. Guys, listen, get this through your head. You don't add anything to your salvation. Nothing. And when those demonic hosts start putting thoughts in your head that you're such a worm, you can say, yeah, you're right, I am. Good thing it's not up to me. Good thing I'm saved by God's mercy and grace alone. Because you're right, I'm a worm. You're right, I fail every single day. You're right. But it doesn't matter. Because I have these promises from God that I am saved and I'm going to heaven. People, listen to me. These demonic attacks on you and on me are going to get worse and worse and worse. That's just the way it is. But listen, it's not how you feel, it's what you know. Anyway, I just want to give you something to think about. Heaven or hell, you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.